Hello, this is Paul Young, and this is Heckride. Fool.
So Joe is like the only guy from our county, like a specific little area. He went to this high school. So this is Nyack High School. Now there used to be like all this kind of junk back there. So like I said, there was like these tiny little single seat, maybe 2 foot high wooden benches that they would skate. And then there's these big tables. So there's kind of this like legacy of putting bullshit down the streets there. So I'm looking at this fucking table and I'm like, we could probably just like, imagine we could push the table to the streets there. He did front nose grind, front nose one. I was like, dude, this is like the best development ever. Like, we could film like the whole fucking part back here. He's trying to back nose grind it here. You can see he sticks, like we're still working it in. Rub bricking it and waxing it, rub bricking and waxing it. You gotta 50-50 it 6 times before it starts working. He does the nose grind revert. Like I talked about in my interview, Buggy was living upstate at the time, so he's like on this session. So then you have Buggy there. Smith to regular is this dude Tucker who grew up down the block, so it was cool to have him in there. So Mark and I had a relationship at the time. We were hanging out in the city one night and I had shown him Joe's clips. He was like, dude, where's that? And I'm like, oh, that's like up by my parents. I want to fucking skate that thing. Alright, so then after Mark, you got Dana with the back tail. And then here you got the back nose one, like he's got the rolled up sweatpants. Fucking the sickest. I remember being like, alright man, this motherfucker back nose wanted this thing, like fuck it, let's just leave it there. And it stayed in that position until they got rid of it. And it lasted for like 7 or 8 months. Alright, so, this guardrail in the bank, Jay kickflipped this, right? This is also in Nyack. Now this is like off a pretty main road, there's no way that like you could ever miss this, even if you were like first time in town type shit. When it came time to Rich wrapping up his part of my first video, this is literally like, I don't know, maybe the month before, a couple weeks before the premiere. It's like, I'm going to 180 into that thing. I'm like, all right, cool. I believe you. So it's fucking rugged. The bank's gnarly. I don't have to. What you see is what you get. The only thing that I will say is the ground up top's really bad. It's just super crusty, but this is 2012, so it's 11 years ago. It's, acceptable back then. At the time, that was the only other trick besides Jake's kickflip. We get to the next clip. This is Buggy, probably 2015. Hot as fuck. And we're kind of just fucking around one day. It's just me and him. And he's like, let's go to the Jake thing. I'm going to dolly into it. I'm like, yeah, fucking right. So this is the first time it's just me and him. And you can see he's kind of like getting over it. But he goes pretty close to that fucking second one, actually. So anyway, the next clip is Brandon Nguyen, Tokyo Schoolgirls on Instagram. He was like on the first incarnation of Alien, so he kind of like, you can see he puts it down, kind of bails. Now Buggy was with us. There was some talk of Buggy like getting on Alien, but then we're also kind of like, man, Alien. But I'm like, man, imagine we could like make it cool. He does it, psycho. You just fucking rolled away from this, like, I want to watch it. I go to, like, edit, search it, whatever it was, I was like, oh shit, no, Brandon's going, so I, like, fast-forwarded it real quick back to the end of this Buggy's trick, hit the record button, and that has, like, a 3-second delay, and the second it started recording is the first frame here in Brandon's half-cab. So, I filmed it, but, like, I didn't film it. But I fucked that up, and I didn't care. I mean, I was like, all right, I was so horny to watch Buggy's clip, I was like, fuck this guy, I forgot he was even trying it. But, yes, that was a cool day. We, like, barbecued my mom's after, had some beers. That was sick. We got Jake talking to this guy. This is in Dallas. This is, no offense to any parties involved, the worst skate trip I've ever been on. It was fucking cold and miserable, and it rained like every fucking day. I remember like we all wanted to go to Houston. Like, oh, there's more spots in Dallas. Like Dallas is better. And I was like, I don't know about that, man. Like I grew up watching Static 2. I want to go to Houston. It's kind of just like a dull trip. A lot of drinking, a lot of like time in the hotel, a lot of rain. Even the shit that we like would go to, I just like kind of wasn't that hyped on. We get to this thing. It's probably downtown, I would assume. Jake's like, oh yeah, like fucking sick wall, like nozzle wall ride. I'm like, all right, cool, man. You can see Tubbs in the background here. That's like, I think this is probably the first trip he went on. Every time Jake skates, everybody starts to pay attention. So me and Will, I'm sure he saw it the same way, but there would be times like where it was competitive maybe and like reverse competitive. If it was like something real sick, I'd be like, I just kind of like run in my bag and put the fisheye on before like he could say anything. And I'm sure he did the same thing to me a few times. And then there were other times where like, skater X or whatever is like gonna try something like manual trick that neither of us are that enthusiastic about. He's kind of looking at me like, we're gonna film fisheye. And I'm like, no, you got it. But this this was one of those moments where I was like, fuck, man, this has been a boring trip. I'm definitely fucking filming this. Like, and I don't know, this is like gonna be pretty iconic when he does it. Like, I gotta have that fish angle. I remember being super hyped on the church bells that you hear. Like, dude, if he does it with the church bells and it's this like sick ass trick and that fucking like Super Mario like gold ring, it's pretty funny. I remember like making sure I would get that in the footage. Yeah, it just didn't work out. I want to say the cops must have shown up. Like, if that guy was, you know, tripping, and then you see he's coming so close. It definitely wasn't a thing like where he wore himself out. Something either happened. It might have started raining, or the cops showed up. I think the cops came. So this first clip that you see, when I was talking, we would kind of just like go out and like practice filming, as crazy as that sounds. Those little back 180 off the curb. We were kind of just like fucking around. This is a spot off the highway that we like, Jersey guys would skate. We would skate a lot. So you see Richie looks sick here. He's like really nice Jersey shoes, got little domestic pants. We were getting free Converse at the time. Me, him, and Joe Russo. It was cool. I want to say 2019. And I'm like, yo, man, like backside nose wheelie. I remember thinking about like Mark Wetzel and like I feel like Chris Tito. Like it's just like, it's like a traffic trick. You know, the backside carved nose wheelie like on a steep bank or something. We were kind of tripping even that day. I was like, yo, you didn't realize like the first thing I ever filmed of you was here. So that was like a cool little trick for us. And then, I don't know, we like went to Josh's house and got drunk after. It was a fun little weekend. All right, the last one. So this is COVID, like June, after that, like, crazy March or whatever. This is Pratt College in Brooklyn. It's like a crazy bust. The guard booth is, like, right where their run-up is, so they can literally see you. And they come out first go. They'll, like, sit on the bench. You can go at 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning. You can go, you know, on Christmas. It's just, like, always like this. Yep. Somehow there was this, like, little COVID quagmire where, like, the guard didn't want to come fuck with us. So we're here for like all said and done 20 minutes, which is, and I've tried to go skate it, I don't know, 25, 30 times since this incident, and like not more than 4 or 5 tries. So this is a really special little day. Keith's trying to perfect the grind, and he does it. Like, sickest fucking trick, sickest skater, best style. You know, like seriously, well, Keith, since I'm a little kid, like one of my favorite skaters. I think he does, like, nobody looks cooler than him. At this, you know, crazy rare spot. I think you can even hear me saying the footage. I'm like, dude, I'm glad I got out of fucking bed today. Like, are you serious? That was, yeah, I had goosebumps. It was nuts.
Fool.